Hello and welcome back to the Battle Room. I am, of course, the Battle Room, and today I'm joined by my good friend Raghav. How you doing, buddy?
Colin, I'm feeling good tonight. I'm feeling a little fun, a little loose, a little tipsy, if you will. And that's perfect because tonight we got some VGC tips for you. We are ranking every Pokemon in Pokemon Champions, and this is the perfect starting point for you.
Yes, I think tier lists can be kind of helpful just to give you, I think, usually more of an idea of the Pokemon that you think are good and how you want to use them, right? Like, if there's an S tier Pokemon, I'm like more inclined to use it and want to build around it and enable it. So I think tier lists can be helpful in that way. Obviously, we are two very, very skilled players as well. We've been playing for a long time. What is it? How long have you been playing?
Since 2015.
Okay, so about 11 years, and I have about 15 years. So we have 26 years of experience ready to go.
Yeah, and in Champs, there are so many new players. Also, so many players started playing in Scarlet Violet, a format that had a mechanic like Terra. So this game is completely different. You know, there's no Terra. We have Mega Pokemon. I think for a lot of people, it's going to be really helpful to understand a starting point of like, okay, I just want something that I know is good to get the hang of this, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So the question is, do you think Venusaur is good?
I think Venusaur is good. I think particularly whether it's Mega or on Sun, I think it's a very strong Pokemon. I personally am kind of deciding whether it's A or B. I think it's B because of the sleep nerf that has been introduced in Champs. It is
Mhm.
not the same way as it was before. There's no three-turn sleep options. It is guaranteed to wake up now on the third turn. So I think it's a B tier. There's just a lot of, hate in the format for poison types, for grass types. But obviously, it's great with sleep powder, and you can abuse it in the sun.
I do think Sleep Powder is the strength of Venusaur, right? Especially because there is no safety goggles. Some teams are opt to run like Lumberry to help deal with it. So it does have that potential of being like one of the only. I like. Is it really like the only sleep mon? I really can't think of another mon that's really spamming it right now.
I think Vivion's in the game, right?
I haven't seen a lot of it, but that is a sleep monster as well. But I think Venusaur is just it is kind of be sleep powder can miss, and if you do miss, like the odds are just so much better for getting hit now. Where you're like, hey, my Incineroar got hit, but the odds of the miss and the first turn wake are just so high that it feels like sometimes a safer gamble than it did in the past.
It definitely is. I actually really like that nerf because
Hmm.
sleep can be so annoying. But Venusaur has its pros and cons. I also think its move pool in general is pretty cool. It still gets access to Weather Ball, right? It has Earth Power. I think it gets Acid Spray. So there's a lot of cool stuff you can do with Venusaur.
Hmm.
But it has a lot of hate. I mean, Incineroar's everywhere. There's all these weather wars. Dual Wing Beat is really picking up to take care of Sneaslers, so it's actually gonna affect Venusaur odds too. So for that reason, I think B tier is a pretty safe spot for it.
I definitely agree. How do you feel about Charizard now? I think Charizard is like I guess we should define if we're counting the megas in this case.
I mean, yeah. What do you think? I think if it's a Mega, it's S tier, and if it's not, it's like D tier.
It's true. You really can't use it. I'm gonna say we'll count megas because like otherwise some of the Pokemon I think it just doesn't make sense on the tier list because he would be D tier. Like no one is using him without one of his Mega Stones, right? So we'll count the megas, and I do agree with you. He is definitely S tier. He's very very strong. Um, he enables Venusaur. He's really good partners with Garchomp, who's also a very good Pokemon. So I think overall Charizard is very, very strong in this format. He's very easy to use as well.
Yeah, I think he's one of the most intuitive megas. Just having a spammable spread move is really nice, boosted by the sun. But he also enables other Pokemon really well. He pairs really well with some of the other top mons that we're going to cover, like Garchomp. So we have a mega tier list video as well if you want to check that out. And in that video, we do explain that Charizard is actually goated.
He is pretty goated. Next up, someone who's not very goated is Blastoise. I think he's probably like a low B. I really do. Like his mega is pretty solid, and we're seeing more and more of it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I keep seeing Blastoise teams on the timeline, and that may be because I do like them every single time or bookmark them. But at the same time, I think he's still pretty solid. He's definitely as viable. Um, he's probably a little less viable than Venusaur, but I think he deserves to be a B. I'm biased though.
Yeah, honestly, I'm getting more and more like hot on Blastoise. I feel like the water spout ice beam coverage is just good enough in the format. with Incineroar, Garchomp everywhere. Spout just being amazing neutral damage into a lot of the format. I'm happy with B. B, is for Blastoise in many ways,
Yeah,
but it
okay.
is not for Beedrill.
One last note on Blastoise. I think also fighting coverage is very valuable, and Orsphere's a great move, dude. I'll keep selling you all day on how good Blastoise can be. This guy is just D. He's just dog shit, really. Like he is.
Yeah, Beedrill is actually D for dog shit. He looks funny. There's some funny memes with it, some funny gifs with Beedrill, if you will.
Yeah.
That's kind of all he's good for, I think.
The thing is like you have to ask yourself, like, where do you get him in the games? In the bug forest, the first bug forest of the game, and you expect this guy who evolves at level 10, literally, like, he has his full evolution before Charizard even gets one. Like, Charmander is still a Charmander, and he can destroy Beedrill, right? Like, Beedrill is literally, like, designed in the game to be shit, and that's okay. That's seriously okay. But he is dog shit. I mean,
It's not his role.
We went off on him, dude. I feel bad for Beedrill because we really shit on him for no reason, but it is what it is. Pikachu, okay. I think he's like C.
It's so stupid, but you might be right. Pikachu is like, there's always been a couple players in every format that just want to use Pikachu because they think it's hilarious, but they do importantly find a way to make it work, right? With the Light Bolt, it can do dumb damage. It also, even if you just run like Sash, like I think it gets Endeavor, right? So you can do something with it. It's not a Pokemon I'd recommend using if all you care about is winning, which I feel like is most of us. But it is funny, and I think if you really tried hard enough, you could make it work. Like it's better than Beedrill.
He's usable. That's the thing. I think C is like borderline just usable, where it's like, or he's not outclassed really hardcore by something else. Like, I actually think Alolan Raichu is pretty much D tier because regular Raichu is at least more usable in C. But I think Pikachu has that use.
No, I agree completely. I think Alolan Raichu has pretty much nothing going for it because its ability is useless. Whereas regular Raichu, Lightning Rod, that's not bad. I like that guy.
Yeah, and there's like, you can potentially set up some discharges. You can do some silly stuff, especially because the power of the format is a little lower. So I think you can do something silly like that. But I think Pikachu and Raichu, I think they're both kind of the same. Like they're good. They're probably going to end up at the bottom of C together. But I do think they're usable.
Yeah, and I think Raichu is a pretty cool Pokemon. I mean, obviously it won Worlds in 2016. It's not something I would have ever expected. So it's one of those Pokemon, because of its access to Nuzzle, its speed tier, being faster than Charizard, Kangaskhan, that kind of stuff, it does have a lot of, like, a high skill ceiling, if you will. So I could see it being used on some cool teams, but it's not really splashable.
Yeah, and I think too, like when it comes to Raichu, it shines more, I think, in restricted formats. We literally saw, like, last weekend, Pangy got... he went undefeated in day one. I don't think he cut. But either way, he did pretty well with Raichu in that restricted format. But I think it's mainly just, again, because, like, Fake Out and Nuzzle are so valuable there. Whereas in this format, it's like, if you Nuzzle me, my Charizard's still going to smack you with the Heat Wave, dude. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, he can be paralyzed and do damage and be fine. But if you paralyze, like, a Shadow Rider, that can completely shift how that plays out. But yeah, anyways.
But bro, low-key, I'm feeling bad that Pikachu's actually there. Like, I feel like it's definitely worse. I think we should just put it in.
Okay. You can be in.
Yeah.
What about Clef? Clef is like, I feel like it's either A or B. I lean more towards B, but also I think it could be like, I think it could be an A tier one. I think Follow Me is a great move.
Yeah, I think I'm happy with B. It could easily be A. The only reason I don't have it in A is because I think there are two redirection Pokemon that are slightly better than one.
I agree with you. And he is kind of like, he really does just kind of press Follow Me. Like, the fairy coverage is great, of course, but yeah, I think he also doesn't synergize, like, with Mega Floette, which is, like, where you kind of want to Follow Me right now. So, unfortunately, yeah. I think Ninetales is...
Yeah. I think Ninetales is A. I agree
think it's
with
A.
that.
Because I think that Weathers... I think Pokemon Champions deliberately made Weathers kind of the central... Weather Wars are like the central part of Champions. They didn't want to give us Terrain Wars. They didn't want to give us all this convoluted stuff. And I could kind of tell that we weren't going to get Terrains because I think they wanted to focus on Weathers. And so I think you kind of more or less have to have a Weather on your team. And I think Alolan Ninetales is a great fit for some of those, like, optional... like, when the Megas can't use the Weather, this is a great Pokemon to kind of include on that, on those type of teams.
Yeah. It also just has a lot of things going for it in Aurora Veil with damage reduction. It has a really vast move pool and Encore, Disable, Icy Wind, gets probably Fake Tears, Hypnosis, that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
It's also so good into this Garchomp meta, right? I think just
Yeah.
Ice coverage and Fairy coverage can be very useful in the format. So for all those reasons, I think A tier is a very reasonable spot for it.
Yeah, I think there's not too much else to say. This guy, do you think it's D or C? I think he's pretty fucking bad.
Um, Dude, I honestly have it C just because like it was
It's a
putting work
weather.
in this last format, right? In like Reg F, like
Yeah.
I saw it doing some things. I think if you have a team that you want to have like offensive fire types, it's definitely better than Beedrill and like Pikachu, right? So
It is, but my question is like their problem with it is that it's the same speed as Charizard. So it just kind of is like it doesn't even have an edge on him in that way. I guess you don't have to use a Mega Evolution, which is valuable, but then we have Torkoal for that same reason.
Ninetales is actually ass though. I'm not gonna deny that, but it's better than the Mons in D tier, you know.
I agree. I agree. Now next up is Hisuian Arcanine and his brother Arcanine. They're unfortunately let's do regular Arcanine first. I think he's D. Like I mean, he's probably C, but the thing is like I don't think you should ever use him because you should use Hisuian or Incineroar, right? Like he is so outclassed unfortunately by the two other fire type intimidators.
Okay, again, I think he's still C. Like he's better than those guys. I think the thing it
Yes.
has going for it is like a fast speed tier that without being so weak to Garchomp, right? Because there's
Yeah.
no Terra anymore, that which is a lot worse for the Hisuian brother.
Yeah.
But you have like fast Wisp, you have extreme speed. I still think it's outclassed by Incineroar and in many ways the Rock one too. But C tier feels right, and I think for the Rock one, moving on to that, I think it's B. It's slightly better because there are wow. I mean, it has a phenomenal matchup into Zard, right? Like paired next to
Yeah.
something like Frostlass, I could see the synergy there being good. Rock Slide's just such a good move, and it has all the things that regular Arcanine has going for it as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I played against some, like, and I've seen also some Sash ones do really well in some of these tournaments, and I thought that was kind of a cool tech, like a Sash Arcanine to try to just make up for his kind of lackluster typing. And if you're not fighting against a water type, you can just switch him around and pivot him because the items just feel, like sometimes they're just not going to activate, and you just accept that, and they're like very non-committal. So I totally could see Sash being strong, but also like you can just run Citrus, White Herb, whatever you think you need, Pasho.
I think
Shuckle.
even Scarf is good just because typing
Scarf.
is so dog. I feel like it's better as an offensive Pokemon, whereas the other
Yeah.
Arcanine is maybe better as a support Pokemon.
But I definitely think he's B. I think most of the time we're going to see Incineroar in the Fire Intimidator slot. Alex Zam.
That's a tough one because is it C for crap or D for dog shit?
I mean, the thing about him is I saw Wolf using him with a speed swap, which I thought was pretty hilarious, but I think he's probably just in D.
He's just content farming. I mean, come on, dude.
Yeah, he is. He is. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
Victory Bell. How do we feel about him? Dude, I saw an insane tier list on Twitter that had Mega Victory Bell as like an A tier mon because Innards Out can trade into Charizard. So you like sacrifice him to one shot the enemy Charizard that's using Heat Wave. But it seems ridiculous and like not feasible, but that is what I saw.
I think Loki. This is a hot take. You can find any Pokemon. You can find a way to trade it into Charizard. Like you'll find a way. If you try hard enough, like Scizor, for example, Choice Scarf, Stone Edge, or whatever. I don't know. Like
Yeah,
you know
okay,
what I mean?
fair enough. Yeah, if you want to trade him for, yeah, okay, let's put him in D
It's your
then.
Mega, dude. Like I think it's D. Yeah.
What do you think about Slowbro with the gun?
I don't even know what it does. I feel like it's probably C.
I think that is just a D, unfortunately. This one I think has more credibility and can be in C, just because it can, like, I think Poison is just a bad type. Like, Poison Psychic. I just feel like I would rather not be weak to Garchomp, and this one isn't weak to Garchomp, so I'd rather use him.
Honestly, I think you're absolutely correct. I think honestly, I'm thinking back to 2017 right now, and Slowbro was used then to somewhat great success actually. I think its access to Ice Beam, Trick Room, even Heal Pulse, if it still has it, makes it pretty good in this Garchomp meta. I could really see it being pretty decent. Like, I'm getting hyped on Slowbro right now randomly in this tier list video. But I think C tier is at the bare minimum.
I
Yeah.
think he also has access to Body Press, and he also has a Mega Evolution that you can make
Oh
function
yeah,
as well.
absolutely.
So I do think I think he's better than the one with the the sidearm. I think Gengar's S. I think he's very good.
Yeah,
But
because
specifically
again,
Mega, yeah.
we are doing megas here too, so we're just gonna put it S. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just one of the best, if not the best Mega. Kangaskhan, I think, is probably chilling in A. As a Mega, I still have yet to see it like become super, super amazing. I mean, I think it is decent though. I think it is strong, but we just haven't seen that huge pop off yet. And maybe there's got to be the Mega Kangaskhan team is on the way, but I'm not sure.
They're on the way. Mega Kang always finds a way. I think it's really nice as a dual Mega option, right?
Yeah.
Its access to Drain Punch or just fighting coverage is really nice. Being unable to intimidate it before it Megas is really nice, and it's pretty fat. I think that's what people don't understand is like the bulk is so valuable in this format when it's such a limited dex. The power level is lower. Any bulk you can have is just even better.
Yeah, it's fast, it's huge, and it has really strong attack. It's got a lot going for it. Starmie,
Yeah.
I think, is probably chilling around the Blastoise tier, right? Like it's a Mega. I mean, is it B? It's probably, is it? I don't know.
Are you saying C or A?
Maybe I think this thing's C.
No, I think it's B. I was gonna say like
I think
it's one of the megas that I haven't tried yet that I really want to try. I think Huge Power is pretty sick.
Yeah.
It also gets Skill Swap, which I think is probably cheesy, but in general, I think it actually does pretty good amount of damage. Like, I'm pretty curious to try this thing. I think it's got some untapped potential. I'm happy with B.
All right, what do you think about Scizor? The GOAT. Are we sleeping on
Pinsir?
Pincer, yeah. No, I want to.
I think we're all sleeping on Pinsir, and it's fine, dude, because he's a literal mattress. He's the comfiest thing to sleep on ever. It's absolute dog shit.
I'm confused on Gyarados. I think he's just B, but I do think like he's got some great tools and great like utility, right? Like Thunder Wave's strong, his typing's kind of awesome. He's just a great support. He has a Mega, but I think he's not quite in A. I think he's just kind of chilling in B.
Well, let me sell you on Gyarados, right?
You're selling me
I
A.
think Gyarados is A.
Okay.
Because Intimidate's very valuable, especially on teams where you have maybe a fire type Mega like Delphox, or you want to run something like Rotom Heat. Its typing is phenomenal, but I also just really like its access to things like Thunder Wave as well as Taunt. I think it's one of the premier Taunt Pokemon, and Trick Room's a little disrespected on right now. I feel like Taunt usage in general is really low, but it's still a phenomenal move. I think it's just got really good typing, bulk, and I mean, it's got literally everything going for it. Re the Mega, I'm not sure. I think you have to get pretty creative there. It's not the worst Mega for sure, but I think as a support Pokemon, it is A tier.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, too, is like, I scrolled down a little bit looking for electric types, and there really aren't a lot. Like, the Rotoms are probably the biggest threats to him, but, like, he is kind of chilling, right? Like, there isn't a lot of Pokemon that are going to punish him for being 4 times weak, which is really good for him. So I agree, he's probably A. He's good also, like, Intimidate. He's just so good into so many Pokemon. And he, kind of hit Incineroar super effectively, which you never mind.
Yeah.
Ditto for dog shit?
Dude, I think it's probably C tier.
Yeah, he's got some use.
It's a little better than the dog Pokemon. It's just way better in like restricted formats, so you can copy a big, huge legendary. In this one, it just seems like you probably want a Pokemon that's more consistent. Like you know what it's gonna do every game, you know?
Yeah, it's just not super worth. But I guess he's never kind of dog shit because stealing your opponent's Pokemon always feels good. The triple threat, dude. Vaporeon, Jolteon, Flareon.
I call them D cubed because they're all going in D, dude.
I was thinking the same thing because, like, yeah, I mean, they're not doing anything for anyone. I think Jolteon might be the strongest, but I don't even want to get into that. I don't even want to open that.
We don't need to. I think it's big. Yeah.
A Aerodactyl. A for Aerodactyl.
Yeah, honestly, I was almost considering S, but I think it's just a flavor of the meta right now. Aerodactyl has really been popping in usage because Charizard is so common. It gets access to Tailwind, which is really great speed control. On top of that, it has dual Wing Beat to get rid of Sneasler, even through Sash. So Aerodactyl just seems to be in a very good spot this meta. One of the only times it's ever been this good. I also think its Mega is a little bit slept on, but I do really respect, having the safety of a Sash.
Yeah, he's looking really, really strong right now. Like I see a lot of these Floette teams. He's just kind of the perfect partner. He pairs well with Garchomp. He's decent into Garchomp, like not being able to switch in on it, being able to Rock Slide Charizard. He in the meta, he is perfectly pinpointed at all of the threats. So I think he's
also
great.
got Ice Fang. If you have a set that's able to fit it on,
he's wide
access
guard.
the wide guard.
Yeah, dude,
so
he's crazy.
I think Aerodactyl's really good right now, and it's probably not going anywhere.
I think Snorlax is D.
You're so low on some of these guys, dude. I was gonna put it in B tier.
You're gonna put him in fucking B tier? Do you think Belly Drum Snorlax has the sauce to carry? Is that what you're thinking?
It doesn't even have to be Belly Drum. I think Yawn is not bad, and I also just think it's so bulky that you can get some stuff going with it. It has a really wide move pool too. I'm not gonna say it's A tier or anything, but I think it's an underexplored Pokemon because it's so fat. Like and Belly Drum is pretty good, right? Like I think in this format it's easier to set up than in other ones.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I'm B's for Belly Drum, and I'm also kind of a big Snorlax guy. I have a little Snorlax plushie on my keychain, so I think we just gotta put it there.
The thing is like. I do think with the power of Sinnoh being able to heal him, it could make Belly Drum Max even more potent. I think we'll just have to wait and see if he can do it. Next up is well. Also, the thing too is like you can just run thick fat too. Like you're just thick fat citrus. So the more we talk about, the more I'm sold. D-Knight. I don't know if he's B or A. It's kind of hard to say. We did see Scale Shot win a tournament, and I do think Scale Shot Dragonite, even though there's no fucking loaded dice, he's still good. I think Scale Shot is a great move. He can switch in on a lot of the important hits. Charizard, multi-scale's really strong. E-Speed's good. I think like regular D-Knight, it like makes me shift him more towards A at the moment. Maybe we'll put him in A for now. He'll be at the bottom, and maybe he can go down.
I think he's the bottom of A because I also think his Mega's a little disrespected. Like. I don't think it's sufficient as a solo mega, which is something I say about a lot of these megas, but it's just true, right? I think it, something to deal with Floette, in the other mega slot probably. Mm-hmm. I think it's really hard to kill. It has pretty good, strength, so I feel like it has potential. I feel like A or high B is probably where I'd put it.
I agree with that. I think Meganium's B, but I think it's actually pretty solid.
I think it's the top of B.
That's fair.
Meganium's another one that you probably want a dual mega option, or just a lot of Gengar Charizard answers. But it is really, really strong. Like it can kill Tyranitar through sand. It just does a lot of good damage, and grass coverage, fairy coverage, very nice.
And fire with Weather Ball.
Fire coverage.
No matter the situation, in the rain, in the sand. I think it's kind of nice that it is so consistent like that. I don't know about this guy, dude.
Let's put D-Knight back in B, honestly. I think D-Knight and Meganium being next to each other is pretty perfect.
This guy's definitely just B, but I think he's kind of good.
Yeah, I think he's another Pokemon that hasn't been used too much, but he's kind of like Charizard without the Mega, right? Like, you want him on a Sun team, you want to Scarf him, and just click Eruption. It's not very deep, right? It doesn't have a lot of depth to it, but it does what it's supposed to do. Probably on a Sun team with Ferrigraph or something. It can't be bad. It's like Regulation H Typhlosion, right? Like, it does what it needs to do.
I think also, like, I think there could be some underexplored, like, Whimsicott, Typhlosion, Sunny Day Eruption stuff. I think he could be good in that way, too, because running Torkoal just feels kind of bad. I think this is the worst Torkoal's been in a very long time. So I think that part sucks, but I do think he's probably B. This guy's I saw someone using the regular one on Twitter. I think he's probably just D though, right? Like he just used that one, dude.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's D tier. I mean, we can get to it when we get to Torkoal, but I don't think this is the worst. I don't think Torkoal is that bad.
I don't think he's that bad, but I do think like he was kind of the king, dude. He was chilling for a very long time in all of Scarlet and Violet. He was like consistently like pretty good. Like I think he had it. He really could win every tournament that happened in Scarlet and Violet. I think he always had a chance because he was so strong. Like he was always good.
Dude, you're not even wrong. He's always been that guy.
Even in the restricted formats, dude. He literally won a regional in the restricted formats. He was with Specs. Like he's crazy.
I remember that. Wait, what?
Yeah, didn't he win with Michael Urbesti? He totally did. because
Oh my
Michael
god, you're
ran.
right. You're actually right.
He was the only person ever with hard trick room. So Torkoal was chilling and he won a regional. So this guy I think is C, right? Like I just don't.
Yeah. Yeah, its Mega is fine. It's like whatever.
Yeah.
I just think its speed tier is too dog.
Yeah, yeah, and it's just like it doesn't have. It's weak to Intimidate, which I think is kind of brutal for him. Not that you can really make a physical Pokemon not weak to Intimidate, but I think he does lack the damage, lacks the speed. He just lacks it all. Ampharos, I think, is D, unfortunately.
I think I could make a case for C because its Mega is pretty cool in Trick Room, but see, I don't care. It's probably D tier. Like I wouldn't use that guy, you know.
Where do you think Azumarill is chilling? I think it's probably just B. It's probably around like I think the power level of like a Arcanine, right?
Yeah, I would say that. I think it might be C, but I'm more optimistic about it just because it's
Belly
such a
Drum.
limited dex that Belly Drum is very usable, and it's just a strong water type fairy coverage. I would agree with B.
I think honestly it should just be next to Snorlax. I think they have that kind of same niche that maybe the Belly Drum boys could do something, right?
Yeah, it was good in 2015. You know,
I think Polydot is A because of Parasong with Mega Gengar.
I was gonna put it B because it's like pigeonholed into Parish for the most part.
It is because Pelipper's the more dynamic rain setter.
Yeah, I think B. I'm happy with B. I've been
agree with
using
that.
a lot of Politoed because that's kind of one of the teams I was able to build in game with the limited mons I have,
Yeah.
and I've liked it a lot. Encore's cool, Weather's cool, but it isn't too flexible outside of that.
I think these guys can join their brothers.
Absolutely.
Slow
Slow
King.
King can join Slowbro, sure.
The one thing he does get is chilly reception, which is kind of funny. That's his one little. I'm gonna put him above him because chilly reception. Do you know what it does?
Yeah, it does it
It's
die or
U-turn.
does it just switch out? It's U-turn, okay.
But no damage. It's like U-turn,
Yeah,
set
yeah.
up the snow and switch out, which I think that's cool. I think that gives him a
I think
little
he's
bit
cool.
of an edge. He's cooler than
A little
his brother.
useless.
Let's
It doesn't really matter to me, but
Steelix goes here.
yeah, definitely. Scizor. This is a hot one.
This is a hot one. I think he's B for sure.
I think he's B for Bullet Punch. Like I want to give him A, but I haven't used them enough.
Yeah,
to really
I
do that.
agree with you.
But with Floette everywhere, I think B is pretty reasonable for it, just because that steel coverage is so nice in the format. It gets Swords Dance. Obviously, you need to worry about Instant and Zard, but otherwise, pretty great defensive typing.
Like when I'm thinking about it too, like the Floette team mainly consists of like Aerodactyl, Floette, Sneasler, Sinestro.
Gambit.
Sinestro can Gambit, Incineroar pretty commonly. But outside of the Incineroar, I think he's pretty. He can trade with them. He can trade with them heavy.
Yeah.
I think also maybe even the Mega has some potential as well to trade even better. Again, just getting around that Incineroar. I think he's probably about. I think a hot take. He's like kind of up here. I think he's kind of good. This guy's
Yeah, I'm with
probably
you.
lower.
That seems perfect to me. Yeah, Typhlosion is like probably
He's
there.
way lower. I like the way this one's looking at B. And then I think this is good. I think he's probably a high A though. He's probably the highest one right now. Heracross is probably Derek Cross. I think he's in D.
Derricross. I mean, I like his horn, but that's about
He's
again.
cool.
Similarly with the next two Pokemon, Skarmory and Houndoom.
Dude, Houndoom.
You wanted it so
I
bad.
never want to talk about Houndoom. I think he's legitimately like one of the worst fully evolved. Like I think Beedrill. Where's Beedrill? He's down here. I think Houndoom's better than Beedrill, dude. Beedrill's better than Houndoom. I think this guy sucks so bad. Like
You hate him so much.
I really do.
You'd never say that if you didn't
Yeah.
hate him so much.
I want to put him at the bottom. Skarmory, I want him to be good. I don't think I can even. I think because he's a
No,
Mega, I
dude.
want to put him in C, but he's kind of like
No,
Ampharos,
it's just
right?
D-tier. It's just D tier. It's
They-
just ass.
T-Tar. I mean, is he high S or is he high A or low S? That's where I'm thinking.
That's a good question, because S is honestly a little bit of a question for me about like, let's put him in S, dude. Screw it.
I think
He
so.
deserves to be there.
I think his Mega Evolution is very good. I think it's super viable, especially I love I don't love, but I like the Floette T-Tar combination. I think they cover each other really, really well, and I think that he is a
Yeah.
good secondary Mega Pokemon. But I think he's also a very fantastic non-mega Pokemon, right? Sand is
Yeah.
so good in the Charizard. I think Scarftar is kind of cool, even though it's weak to Sneasler. I think it's kind of cool. Um,
Yeah, it's straddling that line for me between A and S. If we put it
yeah.
in A, it's the best A tier Pokemon, definitely.
hmm
But it might be S just because I don't want it to be only like the best megas that we have, right?
I mean, there's a couple
So
Pokemon I know are gonna be an S, but yeah.
yeah, we can revisit this, but for now, I think it is an S tier Pokemon.
I think Pelipper is probably around here.
I think it's better than Aerodactyl.
You think so? Really?
I mean, it's on the same tier. I think it's an A tier Pokemon.
Yeah.
Pelipper is
I'm
probably
just
the best non-mega weather setter other than yeah. I mean, T-Tar's there, right? Like I think it's so stupidly good. Ever since it got Drizzle, it's just kind of been that guy.
yeah, and like I said, I really do think the devs catered towards the weather war. So I do think that Pelipper, like the weather Pokemon are always very important outside of Ninetales. And I think I'm just a little high on Aerodactyl, but it probably is just better than Aerodactyl.
Yeah, yeah.
Gardevoir's a weird one. I think it's low A, dude. I think it's low A.
I think it's low A as well. I was deciding between A and B, but I think it's A. I think its Mega's pretty good because it kind of does well into other Floette. But also a Scarf set is neat. Fairy coverage is cool. Psychic is really cool for a Gengar. So I think Gardevoir's, it's always had that sauce in him. Every format it's been legal as a Mega, like someone's kind of made it work. And even when it didn't have a Mega, like in 2014, the Scarf set was really good in a Garchomp format, T-Tar format. It just kind of makes sense.
I totally agree with you. It also, like you said, it punishes Floette, and I think like it's just a little bit different. And that psychic coverage, I think, can make it a little more unique. But I think Gardevoir has some cool stuff, cool techs, and I do think Mega Gardevoir is here to stay. Yeah, it's kind of interesting because Floette and Gardevoir are so similar, but because of Floette's ability and the way it works, I think Gardevoir really does have a chance, especially in the mirror.
Yeah, definitely.
It's still like 50-50, of course, but yeah. This guy, I think he's always like C, B-ish. Like I think he's high C or just low B. It seems like he's okay.
I could argue for B. It's just got such a vast move pool, right? So
Yeah.
I think it's got some cool stuff. I'll go with B. B, I'm happy with the lower end of B.
What do you think of our boy Aggron?
Aggron's a C tier. Just because it's mega sick, but otherwise it would be absolute dog shit, you know?
I agree with you. And I think the Mega is fun, but I do think that it's still kind of like very one-dimensional in what it does.
Yeah. But on the other hand, Torkoal, a one-dimensional Pokemon that is still very strong because it gets the weather, can function in Trick Room. I think it's B, definitively B. Sometimes when you're using this guy and you're getting those eruptions off, it feels like an S tier Pokemon.
It's true, and I think Trick Room, while not as good as it once was, I still think it's like definitely usable. And I think that Torkoal
Yeah.
is one of the good Trick Room abusers of like just sweeping. Like it doesn't matter what your type is, dude. He's hitting you with an eruption, and you're gonna eat the charcoal eruption. Because at the end of the day, he also really didn't like. Specs Torkoal is very good, but he doesn't need that. He can rock with a charcoal. He's done well with charcoal before, so I think
Being
charcoal's
able to swap
yeah.
into Earth Power Body Press is really nice too. Or even just click Helping Hand. So I like the Charcoal, yeah.
Yeah, it's good. Altaria D.
The
I'm gonna toss him in there real quick just as well. Well, this guy isn't even in the game.
I know, I was just gonna ask, is Metagross really legal? I don't think so.
Do I have an updated list? Okay, so we did not have the updated Pokemon, but now we do, and we updated our tier list. It's all lined up. It's all good. Back to where things were. But we also found that we were missing like 10 Pokemon here. We can rapid fire a couple of these because they aren't great. Pidgeot D, Arbok D, Machamp D, yeah. Tauros
Yeah, I think
D.
it's fine. D.
This guy's
Tauros
bad.
Water?
We got
Probably
Water
C.
Fire. Water Fire Tauros are probably in C, right?
Yeah. I mean, Fire might be D. I don't even know.
You know what? I think Fire would probably be at the bottom. I do think it's. I don't know. I think he's
I think
got
it's
like.
better than D. You're right. You're right.
I think
What
he's
am I
better.
saying?
I think Water could be top of C though. I think Water is actually pretty. It has
Almost
C.
B tier, yeah.
Yeah. Aridos go to D.
Yeah.
Fortress D.
E.
Medicham?
Medicham might be C because it has Mega, but it's probably just D because it's so weak into like 90% of the format. Manectric, I think
This guy's
is
cool.
B tier. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
B tier. Like maybe C, but Mega Manectric, I think it's a little underused. Its speed tier is phenomenal, and
It
electric
is.
type coverage is just non-existent right now, so it's really nice.
I think it also is just kind of like neutral into a lot of the megas. Having access to Snarl can be big as well. Um,
Yeah.
Volt Switch Intimidate is strong. Like I think he's always been kind of supportive, and that makes me think he's like lower end of B because like what is he supporting in this format? Like the megas kind of deal all the damage, so I
I
think
just think
that
Volt Switch is cool too, though. So
he is
it's like a
cool.
strong Volt Switch.
He is cool. That's just my complaints with him, but I do think he is. I think he's B. I think he's cool.
Yeah, I'm with you. D.
Camp's
Camera
actually
C.
he's actually like kind of like a little bit of a sweeper and trigger. I think he's like definitely like okay.
Yeah.
What about your girl Melodic, dude?
I, dude, I'm biased. I think it's an A tier Pokemon. I think it's really good right now because Intimidate's everywhere and it's pretty
Holy shit.
bulky, so it's good into Chomp with Ice Beam. Just competitive is such a good move, and even though Sleep's nerfed, like I could see Coil Hypnosis being viable, but even without it, I just think it might be an A tier Pokemon.
I agree with you. I think Incineroar being, I mean, spoiler alert, Incineroar is going to be S. I think him being so good makes me think that Milotic just instantly is A because of that. It's also, like you said, like Ice Beam strong. It has pretty solid matchups into a lot of the Mega Pokemon as well. Delphox, um, Gengar's okay. You have a massive special defense stat. Like, it's got a lot going for it.
Yeah, I think it's really worth because it can just sit there and be disruptive.
Exactly. How are we feeling about the ball sack himself?
I don't know what he does. He's a D tier to me. He's got to be D and B, right?
Yeah, he's D. Bennett, I think is D as well.
Yeah.
Put that guy was in D as well. I skipped over him. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
D.
Yeah.
Chimecho, it gets Trick
Yeah.
Room. It has a Mega. It has Levitate,
Dude, what are
but
you talking about, man? Like, it's just let's not waste the viewer's time.
um, dude, D's getting pretty fucking big. I think we got another one right here.
Yeah, I mean, dude, there's a lot of trash Pokemon. I'm not gonna be mad.
I think
Infernape could be C, but
he's dude. If you thought Tauros was D, I think this guy is totally D. He's like a worse form of Tauros at this point. I mean, okay, Fake
I guess
Out's
Fake
cool.
Out.
Fake
And
Out's
it's
cool.
fast.
It's fast.
Kang's just not as good, so it's just like really not worth it.
This guy's cool though. I think he's C or B. I think the Empoleon's pretty
B is
okay.
crazy, dude. It is not B. I think Empoleon's pretty bad.
Okay, okay. I think he's C though. He's totally C.
Yeah,
Totally
he's C tier. I mean, competitive, like we talked about, is really good.
Resurrect. Dude, the other day, I'm gonna be honest with you about this one. This is all I gotta say about him. I was thinking about it. I was like, dude, what if Rapardos is in the decks? This might actually be his time. Like, I was thinking about it, dude. I was like, I remember, I think I was like fucking at work or something. I was like, dude, Rapardos Trick Room.
Rapardos?
I think he's
Rapardos
garbage.
Well, I mean, let me take a look at its stats. Right, it's got 165 attack.
That's not play.
Defenses we don't talk about.
Speed, really low.
Yeah, it could be a C tier Pokemon for sure, but it's probably D, dude. It's probably but I'd probably just use like Rhyperior.
I'm gonna throw Bastion next to him, dude. I think he's pretty bad. Lopunny.
Lop is a C tier Pokemon.
I think so. I think it's got some use though. I think it's definitely like it's kind of like near the top of C, but I think I think he'd rather just get away with like using Kangaskhan or something else for the fake out roll, right?
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't really want it to be on my competitive team.
Spiritomb, I wouldn't want on my competitive team either. This guy, I wouldn't want on
We're
my
back,
competitive
baby.
team.
We're back in the S tier.
Do you think he's like,
Garchomp's probably my favorite Pokemon in the format right now.
you think, dude, the thing is, whenever we have these low powered formats, I think he is the goddamn king. Every single time he puts on a insane performance and he's just gonna win every tournament once again because he is just so good. When it comes to these lower power ones, he's the king of low power, right? The minute you throw in fucking Landorus or something else, it's cooked. But right now, I think he's chilling. I think he is the best Pokemon.
Yeah, there's no Ursaluna, there's no Lando. Like I think Chomp is the one. And because he's so good, there's a lot of ways you can run it too. Like you can run the Scarf set, You can run Sash, you can run White Herb, you can run Soft Sand.
Oh my
You can also
God.
run these like damage resist berries that make it so hard to kill it, whether it's
Yeah.
Yachi or Wesley or whatever, right? Like
Haban.
Berry, yeah, absolutely. Like I think Chomp is just that guy right now, and everyone's trying to beat him. So you have the privilege of being like, all right, are you trying to beat me? I'm gonna counter that. So Chomp's just so good in the format. It's good into literally every Pokemon in the S tier as well. So that's saying something.
Lucario, I think he's probably just like. I think he's
B or
just C.
C.
I think he's C, man. I think he's like.
I
I'd rather use Lopunny
yeah
than Lucario.
yeah no, I mean you're not wrong.
Yeah. Um, Hippo, unfortunately, he's the god in singles. He's like the best Pokemon in singles. But he's dog shit here. Toxic Rogue.
No, he's C. He's C. Hear me out. With Aerodactyl, dude, I had a VGC 2014 and 2015 team with Hipout on Aerodactyl. For that reason, I think it could work. Like, I think it's time.
Okay, I'll give him credit. Obama still will put in C for Caleb, our editor, or not our editor,
Yeah.
our thumbnail artist. He can be down there with the Powdon.
Yeah.
Weavile's dog shit.
No, I think it's C. Dude, it's a Garchomp meta, dude. Weavile's usable for sure.
Fine. You know, okay, if we're gonna put him there, he's probably at the bottom.
Dude, he's probably the top of C. What do you mean?
You think Weavile's that good? You think it's
I think he's definitely usable, dude. He's got an amazing speed stat. Triple Axle's cool. It's got Ice Shard.
he
It
one
hits
shots these
Gengar
are.
hard.
It one shots these are.
Yeah, it's definitely usable.
Okay.
Rhyperior's interesting. I don't know if it's C or B. I think it's kind of cool.
I think he's cool. I mean, he's my boy always. I don't know though. I don't know if he's.
I think he's
B,
B tier. I think you can use him in Trick Room.
You think he's? But what are you pressing Trick Room with? That's my question. That's the
Fari.
That's the riddle with Fari. But then what am I pressing Earthquake next to? Fari?
You just click Headlong Rush. I don't care.
Does he? He doesn't get Headlong Rush.
High horsepower, whatever. Yeah, I'm saying, you know what I mean, dude. Rock Slide's good. Yeah,
This
there's no
guy's bad.
Cresselia. I know what you mean.
This
Yeah,
guy's bad, right?
yeah, it's so bad.
This guy,
Mammo Swine.
dude. If Rhyperior is B, dude, this guy's like fucking S.
I think Mammo Swine's actually underused as well. I think it's another
I think
Pokemon
he
that I
is.
would put in B because Garchomp's so good and ground coverage. Just ice ground coverage is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna see more of him on these teams, whether it's Scarfed or Sash. Being immune to Intimidate, what a buff. I think it's Mamoswine's time.
I think this is a great meta for him. Also, yeah, ground ice, like you said, his ability's amazing. There's just so much going for him right now. I think that he should be used more. So we'll have to see. Gallade,
Maybe C?
maybe. He's probably with the other guys. Frostlass. I was about to put that one in D, but this guy's actually kind of fucking good. I think it's A.
Yeah. I'm undecided between A and B. I do like it though. I feel like it's one of those Pokemon where we really have to wait and see.
I agree. I think bottom of A feels pretty good. I feel like down here, like, I mean, low key, is it Politoed level? I don't know though. I think some of the Frostos teams have looked kind of cool, but they are centralized around it because it is a Mega Pokemon. So I feel like it should be A just because Politoed's not Mega.
I'm down with it. I feel optimistic about the guy.
Okay, this guy's shit. This one is good. Rotom Heat.
I think it's top of B and Rotom Wash is top of A.
Top?
Well, not the first, but in the first like 3, yeah, I think.
You think
I think
Rotom
it's,
Wash is that good?
I think this is a really good Rotom Wash format. Yeah. You don't
Okay.
agree?
I do agree. I do think he's got a lot of use. I just haven't seen enough of him, but he does match up well. I don't know, man. I just haven't seen him a ton, but he's great in a Garchomp. He's actually like, he's okay in the charge. They do run Solar Beam.
But you can change the weather or run
Yeah,
Scarf or
exactly.
something.
No,
I
you
think there's,
totally can.
yeah, you can run Support or you can run Scarf. I think its move pool is really cool. Its ability is cool. I think the Rotoms are back.
I think Rotom is so back. I just didn't think top of A. I thought I was thinking middling, but you're kind of right.
I mean,
like,
I'm okay with the middle.
I think it's like, is it
don't-
better than Ninetales Gyarados? Like, fuck yeah. So, like, I do think it probably needs to be up here. I think Gyarados should probably be, like, down here.
I mean,
okay.
I think all the Pokemon in A are pretty good.
What about Rotom Frost? We have some first-hand experience with this guy.
For that reason, I'm gonna put him in D tier. So
Rotom fan, my goat. Yeah, D. What do you think about Rotom Mo? I think he's kind of bad. Like really bad.
you know, now that you said that, I think he's actually really bad.
Yeah, no, like I think Rotom usually, if the other rooms are good, he's always traditionally been pretty good. But I think he might just actually be with like the D guys.
It's one of those ones that we don't know for sure. Like maybe there's a perfect team for it, but usually you there are other better grass types or electric types on the team. I'm just
Yeah,
not feeling like
I,
it's the format
I
for
don't
it.
think it's him.
Maybe on sand, like I used it in Sword and Shield. I don't even remember why, dude.
This guy's pretty bad, right?
Yeah, dude, there's so many Pokemon in this dex where I'm like, do we really have to talk about this guy?
I mean, it's kind of crazy that it is like there is a certain like there is very limited. Like even these guys are like pretty fringe, but yeah, I mean Embor, he is a mega. We can put him in bottom, dude. No, his mega's bad.
Yeah, I was putting D.
This guy is so outclassed by the other one. It's not even funny, and the other one is probably just barely in C. It's
I don't.
just,
I think it's better than that. It's. I'm kind of curious about it. It's good in the King Gambit. It's good in Incineroar.
yeah.
It's good in Gengar. So I'm
Spikes
okay
is
with
so
it.
cool. Spikes is so cool. Like I love its signature move. I think it's so fun. Like same with Cleavor, but unfortunately they just don't have the greatest stats. Mr. Watchog.
Let's forget this guy's a Pokemon, not just like a fan creation.
He's really fucking creepy, but I think he's
I don't know what you're stopping at.
I don't know. No, genuinely, I don't know why I asked you how good Watchog would be because like he actually is so bad. Like,
That's so funny.
dude, we wasted like 10 seconds on him, and he should have gotten 0 seconds. Like genuinely, we're still giving him fucking time. Okay, Excadrill, what are we doing with him?
Excadrill's maybe A tier just because of how good Floette is, but it is so bad in Chomp that it's annoying.
I think he's around here. I think he is good.
I'm okay with that.
But
I'm okay with that.
I do think steel types, especially physical steel types, are super valuable right now. But I think he's probably just like you said, Chomp's really hard. I think sometimes it's also hard to find enough earthquake. I mean, the earthquake partners aren't hard to find, but you also have to set up sand for him usually to enable him. So he's like a little bit annoying in that way. But I think he is. He's good.
Yeah, he really wants to sash too, so
Yeah, he's
he
greedy.
kind of asks for a lot. Yeah, he's a greedy guy.
He's a greedy motherfucker when it comes to team building. Okay, I'm not gonna waste our time. Conk is probably worth talking about. He's pretty good.
I think he's B.
I think
Yeah,
he's like
maybe low B.
he's like low B. I think he's probably better than the Belly Gym Bros. Like I think he's pretty solid. Like fighting types are just hard to come by. I mean like there are none.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I'm with you.
so that alone, like King Gambit is a demon, and I think having a fighting type is cool. Whimsicott. I don't know.
Somewhere it's either A or B. It's got such a good support moveset. It's got priority tailwind.
I like Top of B personally because I do think it is. Well, I'm thinking about
Fairy
it.
coverage too.
It also is just so good with both of these megas
Yeah.
that it makes me think like you really could. It's probably A. It's probably I should never sleep on Whims.
Yeah. Finally, with Wims, because it's so frail, it's always going to die fast. It
Mm-hmm.
usually does better in even higher powered formats, so it can enable something else, right?
Yes, exactly.
But A is pretty reasonable in my opinion because it gets encore, fake tiers. You do still have good partners for it.
I also think what's really nice is like since there's no items, Focus Sash is the premier item for it, and I think like
Yeah.
max speed, max special attack Whimsicott does hit like reasonably like it's not worthless when it comes to damage. So like I am
Yeah.
always a little bit of a fan of running the Sash set, and you
And
kind
if
of
they
have
got a
to.
Floette, dude, it does a little bit more.
Hell yeah. I think Crocodile, I'm going to just do these guys rapid fire, but Crocodile is like probably kind of worth discussing. He's probably just,
It's probably C tier.
he's Intimidate, but he's probably, dude, I think he might be with Watchog, bro. He wants to join his
I mean,
friend.
we got Powdon in there. You got to put them together. Right?
Okay. He's definitely way better than Hippowdon. This guy
I'm gonna
is,
run a Powdon. We gotta run a Powdon team on the channel at some point, dude.
he's so hard to use. I think
We'll make it
Zoroark
work.
is C, dude. I think Zoroark's actually a little nasty.
I think it's C, but it could be B. Like I think its ability is nuts, and it's got a great speed tier. Kind of walls Gengar.
Icy
I
Wind.
feel like, yeah, Icy Wind. It's actually pretty good. This
I think
format.
I
It's
want
one
to
of the
put
better.
him. He's totally up here, dude. He's totally up there.
Yeah.
Reunique list, my boy.
Nah.
Okay.
It's Incineroar. Incineroar exists.
Um.
Shandy's probably C, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of. It has a mega. It's kind of like, I think it's like the lower of like the.
Actually, the Mega is probably trash. So.
Yeah. It's kind of like with these guys.
Yeah, just a Sash Shandy set. It's one of the highest special attack stats in the game, right? So
I think if Rhyperior's B, I think Golurk's B. I think he's better than Rhyperior.
I think my Golurk's pretty good, actually. Yeah,
Yeah,
B's
yeah.
pretty nice place for it. I'm with that.
Hydreigon, he's kind of weird. I think he's kind of good, but he also like Hydreigon's so weird because the fairy type just absolutely bodies him, but he also is so good into everything that's not a fairy. His typing's awesome, his speed's great. Like I think he's like probably he's definitely B.
I think he's B, maybe A, but like I don't know if he's maybe.
I think he's around this range.
I think he's really close to A. He's in a very good spot this format. You just have to make sure that you have answers to Garchomp and Floette. And I mean, no one's asking Hydreigon to beat the Floette, right? But you might be asking it to Draco the Garchomp. Yeah. So you maybe run Scarf, Hub and Berry, or just run Bulk. Like, I think Hydreigon's in a very nice position this format.
Yeah, I think he is good, and I think if I were to make a top maybe 7 underrated Pokemon tier list, I would include him on that list. Yeah. I think he would be in that range. Volcarona.
Volcarona's also B tier. Another Pokemon that I think we might see more of. The only problem is its rock weakness is so bad, and everyone's already like kind of stacking that because of Charizard.
I think it's probably around the Scizor range. I like it there.
Yeah.
Is he D or C?
It's not probably C. I mean, it's got Iron Defense, Body Press. It's better than Hippowdon.
He's just in the like washed Omegas area.
Bulletproof is cool. It's definitely cool. I think you can. It's like a niche Pokemon that you fit on the team if it fits the role.
Yeah. Let's do Delphox.
Delphox is good. A tier.
Delphox is really good. I think it's probably around here, right?
Yeah, the only reason I don't have it at S is because it's so new and we don't know how consistent the Mega is just yet. It's so frail. It doesn't have something like Shadow Tag, but it is truly one of the best Pokemon in the game when it Megas, and it's a clear A tier.
Yeah, it outspeeds Gengar. It can trade with Charizard really well, and it's not. The Levitate is actually awesome. Like Levitate is actually a good ability for it, and especially I think like Levitate might be worse as time goes on once we have access to Psychic Terrain and stuff like that. Maybe Delphox falls off, but right now it's phenomenal. It's the perfect ability for this format. I mean, like Greninja's probably C. He's probably as good as Mega fucking that guy.
Yeah, honestly, some of these are just so intuitive. Like, okay, it's not absolute D, but like it's probably C.
I'm just tossing a few. Talonflame.
Maybe A tier.
I think so. I've had a lot of experience with Talonflame, and like the fact that he can one-shot. I think he's lower than Wims. I think Wims is better for sure, but I think the fact that he can one-shot Sneasler, he's got Tailwind. Hell, he even ran Rain Dance to enable Blastoise. He's got Taunt. He also has some Flare Blitz.
Is so good in the format.
Yeah, there's just a lot going for him, and I think Tailwind teams are good. Especially with like Aerodactyl becoming as big as he is, I think having priority can like outshine him a little bit. So I think he's probably chilling in A. I think he's at the bottom though. I think Whimsicott's better, I would argue, but I do think he's an A.
This is making me feel like Hydreigon's an A tier Pokemon too.
Yeah, I mean we can bring him up. Sure, he can join the
party.
party.
I feel like he's as good as these guys. Yeah.
Yeah, I think like Talonflame is like the bottom, right? I think maybe. Does he want to graduate too or no?
No, Rotom can stay there. Fuck that guy.
Okay.
He's not insane.
I think Pavillion's good. I think it's very good.
I think it's B. It's underrated. It's another redirection Pokemon. It gets access to sleep. It has Friend Guard.
Yeah.
It has a lot of things going for it. I think we're gonna see it more in the format as it goes on. As people have, they're like, okay, I've tested Garchomp. Like now, let me try Vivian.
Yeah. He synergizes well with Vivian as well. Garchomp does. And so, like again, it's like basically. It's one of the most consistent sleep powders you can get. It also gets access to like almost 100% accurate Hurricane, and flying coverage is just not existent. I think it's okay. Does it still get Tailwind?
It's just needy, It needs that sash.
It's very needy. Oh God, here we go. Floette.
S tier.
Yeah.
Easy S tier. One of the best megas in the game. Fairy Core is just stupid. Fairy Core is just stupid. It's it does ridiculous damage and
Mhm.
it makes you respond to it. Like
Yeah. It kind of only has two sets it can do, right? Like it's either setup or just like mad fairy spam moves with just as much damage as
yeah.
possible. But both are really, really solid. I think it's just an incredible Pokemon. It does one thing, and that's press fairy moves, but it does it the best. And the best type. It's the best type in the game.
Yeah, there's not much more to say about it. If you want to hear me glaze it even more, you can check out the Mega Tier List video, but Mega Floette is busted, and it is S tier for that reason.
I think everything right now is revolving around it as well. Like that's the power of Floette. Like all these Pokemon like are responses to help enable Floette or to be good into Floette, and that's just kind of like how it is.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a new toy that we don't know how to beat yet.
Meow sticks. It does have a mega, but you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's poop,
That's my
bro.
fault, dude. That's my fault. I'm just gonna rapid fire here.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
this guy. Aegis
You
Slash.
stopped on Aurorist. You're amazing, dude.
what about what about AG? I think he's probably around here.
Solid B. A Pokemon that hasn't been good for a while, but in its prime was just one of my favorite Pokemon to use ever. So I'm
Hmm.
excited for his return. I think it's a solid B tier. Again, because Floette is so good, I think we could see Aegislash make a run for it. It's also just got cool moves with Shadow Sneak, it's access to Poltergeist. The special set seems to not be in trend right now, but maybe it'll come back. I just like him.
And I think the big reason is like Poltergeist is a nuke, and also Ironhead into Floette is a nuke. So those two things, like it's kind of crazy because Special Aegislash has been the king. That was the only set we used in doubles for so long. But I legit think that this is the time that physical Aegislash is the
It's
one,
bad.
right? Like I think part of it is Poltergeist. Like I think Poltergeist is helping carry it a lot because now you have a really, really strong ghost move. Because before, what are you running? Shadow Claw? No, thank you, dude. That is literal trash. But Poltergeist,
Yeah.
that's sick. That's good, right? Like I think that he, again, it's all responding around this Floette. But I think that he is good into Floette, but he's also just like so bulky and so solid. He's a perfect switch. He can be a little tricky to use, but I think he is. I think he's definitely high
Yeah.
B. He's
I
very
also
good.
just want to point out, I did tell Colin before the video that it's Poltergeist and not Poltergeist.
You did, you
But this is
did.
why I love Colin, dude. This is why I love him. It doesn't matter. When he learns something, he says it that way.
Um, is this guy's ass right? Like just confirming.
Just, I'm not gonna say anything.
Okay, what about
Sylveon,
Sylveon's B, dude? I think it's like it's definitely
yeah,
chilling.
solid.
It's chilling near the top in my opinion. I think it's as good as Aegislash. I've really liked Sylveon and Tailwind on my Blastoise team, and so I like Sylveon a lot.
Yeah, its bulk is so underwhelming, but honestly, this
Kind of, yeah.
format, it feels fine. The only thing is Sneasler being so common. If Sneasler
Hmm.
wasn't so common, I genuinely think it would be so much better.
I think it really would be top of A if Sneasler wasn't here. Halucha.
A Lucha,
He's just, dude. He's just like
more
bottom.
like how Asa, because it's just not very good, I
The
think.
thing is the craziest part is they gave him entrainment no guard, and he's still kind of ass. Like obviously YouTubers are gonna clickbait the fuck out of that, but I don't think he's good. I literally think it's so obvious when it's coming that it's just like okay, like I'm just gonna
Yeah, I'm just gonna kill it.
kill the guy he's giving it to. So yeah, I think he's
Yeah.
bad. Gudra.
Could just probably C tier Loki, but like it's fine.
Really? Regular Gudra?
I mean,
I think
no.
this one. I think
I
this
don't,
is,
I don't know. Yeah, this one's a little better for
I
sure.
think that one's really bad.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
I think Klefki he's kind of interesting. I think he's probably just
Klefki's no,
He's-
Klefki's as good as Sableye, dude. I think genuinely.
You're right. It's definitely also
I think
better than
Sableye should be
Prayer.
at the bottom, by the way, like with Klefki. But yeah,
I think Golurk
yeah. I
is
think
probably
just
a little
the
above.
prankster guys always have a little bit of utility. Like I could see
Mm,
it being on a team. Joe was running it on his sand team, and it was looking pretty good.
I agree with you.
I think Noivern is actually C tier for sure. I
You
think
think so?
it's really fast. It's really fast. Gets tailwind, and it's not that weak. Like let me refresh my memory on its
I
stats.
think
Really
no,
quick.
dude. It is really fast, but I think it is that weak, but if it outspeeds Aerodactyl or is around that speed, I could see it having a niche just because Aerodactyl and that type of Tailwind is so popular.
He does not outspeed Aerodactyl, so it's probably C tier actually.
How much is its special attack? Can you enlighten me? Is it 95?
97. It's 97.
I was too off. I knew it was
Stronger
so
than Talonflame's attack stat, alright? So.
Alright, but Talonflame is cool.
Can you, off the dome, do you know what Talonflame's attack stat is?
Isn't it 85? Like famously 85 because Amoonguss is also 85?
No, Amoonguss is 85 and Talon's 81.
Oh, it's worse than Amoonguss. I'm so stupid. You're right.
Yeah.
It's 81. Dude, the crazy part is that he's a fucking A tier Pokemon right now. And this Pokemon is 12 years old and he's still fucking going. Even though he has an 81 base attack stat. He's still
nerfed to Oblivion. The OG Talonflame. Dude, you could run Swords Dance with that guy because Gale Wings used to be infinite. It didn't matter whether you're at full health.
I think they should give him infinite back. I'm not gonna lie. No,
I think it'd be fun. I think we should do it.
Yeah, most of the time it'd be bad. I think he would actually he would probably rise a little bit if it was infinite. I'm not gonna lie. I think he'd be a little bit.
I mean, right now it's like a he's A tier maybe. Right now he's A tier. He could be B tier as the meta develops, but if he got that infinite Gale Wings back, he's so A tier, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got the GOAT, dude. We got the GOAT, number 1, all the way to the top.
No question.
Yeah, he is number 1. He's the best Pokemon in the game. 100%. I think it's these
best
two.
Pokemon ever invented, so it's not really
dude, the thing is, he's so good. I love him so much. I saw some tweets. I don't even think we need to talk about him, so I'm just gonna tell a little story. So I saw a tweet the other day where someone was they posted the usage stats and Sinnoh is number 1, and someone said, yeah, he's on my team, but he's my least brought guy. And I was like, that's pretty funny, dude. Because I think when you start playing the game, he is a little bit funky and why he's so good. I mean, obviously he's the util king. He does so much damage. He's so bulky. But I thought it was funny that someone put him on their team and dude, I just don't bring him, man. I just don't bring him. And guys like you, Raghav, you put him on every team and bring him to every game.
Because he's just how I learned. He becomes my crutch, right?
He is.
I've been walking so long with crutches. I don't want to run without him, dude. He's just such good support.
He's beautiful in every way.
It's also just how I like to play the game. I like to reduce their damage and reposition, reevaluate. He makes the game feel a little bit like chess.
He does.
Although I'm no chess expert, I'm sure you can play aggressive in chess.
I think, yeah. I mean, the thing is he is also you can play him really aggressive and really go nuts with him. I think Primarina's right here, right?
I'm undecided on whether it's A or not. I feel like it's actually pretty good. Because again, fairy coverage is really good. Hyper voice is solid. Calm mind is really cool to me too. I'm not upset at B tier.
I think it's probably around Politoed level right now, but I think it's hard to fit on a team because of Floette, because of Charizard, right? If these are your 2 megas, it's not coming, right? You're not gonna pick it. But
you could just change the weather or Calm Mind into Floette and abuse their fairy, or I think Primarina.
It's true.
It can kind of hold its ground a little bit.
Yeah.
It's also just nukes Garchomp,
And nukes Garchomp and nukes Incineroar, they both hate seeing it. I mean, in Incineroar you can parting shot off of it, but you do have to get away. So I do agree with you. It is kind of nuts. It sucks that it's Sneasler though. I'm gonna say it's B because of that. Crabman. I mean, Krabs he's as good as Abomasnow.
Yeah, I was thinking Abomasnow's definitely D tier, but it's just for Caleb, so. And Hippowdon's just for us, so.
I'll put him there then. What do you think about Arachnid? Is he? I actually think there's a discussion between C or D for him.
I don't think he's D. I think he's very usable. I think C. It's whether or not we figure out how to make a hard TR team work, right? I don't think he is super splashable, but on the other hand, it's not that bad into Charizard. Liquidation does a shit ton. Mm-hmm. It does a lot to Gengar. It's not weak to it. It's pretty good into Garchomp and Incin. It's got a fat Spadef. It can hit full. I think it's C tier for sure.
I agree with you. It does have a lot going for it. I think Serena's and Winegard. I think Serena's also if Noivern's here, I think Serena's here. I think blocking Fake Out's cool. I think Triple Axle's strong. I played against one with my Garchomp and I was sad a little bit.
Yeah, almost might be B tier, but I think it's C.
I think it's probably around here. I really do. I think if Rhyperior's here again, I think I would move it to where these guys are.
I mean, if you feel so strongly about Rhyperior, like you can lower him. He's your regional champion, right? So
I'm gonna leave him in B though. You seem strong about him. Salazzle, I'm not why I'm holding it so hard. I think this guy's
C.
He's C. He's funny. This guy's ass.
No, Mimikyu is cool. I don't know if I'm confident enough that it's B.
I don't think I am.
It might be, but
No.
I think it has a chance again. I think it's an overlooked Pokemon. I'm really excited to give it a go. It is my favorite Pokemon, one of the favorite Pokemon that I have, like Hariyama, Tapu Bulu, Mimikyu's right there, you know. He's one of my favorite Pokemon. Yeah, so I think he's B. He's just so cool competitively, too. I'm not a real Pokemon nerd, like, you know, most people. I'm not really a big fan outside of VGC, so that's what all my favorite Pokemon have, like a competitive niche, and Mimikyu is just so sick.
Yeah, I think it could help with hard Trick Room as well, but also like outside of Trick Room, it has a really good speed. It's a fairy type. It hits like enough. I think Incineroar is probably like the worst thing for it, really. But outside of Incin, it matches up okay, and Disguise is a really cool ability. It can trade really well, but we'll have to see. Dramps is probably C. He just probably hangs out with the other Lopunny and friends, dude. Like, he's just there. Like, no.
Yeah, he seems whatever, but he could be cool again on a make Trick Room work.
Come on. This guy's sick.
A tier. Easy A tier. He is phenomenal this format, I think. He's just Gengar's best friend, I think. Like, they cover each other so well. Classic core from 2018 too. Yeah, he's kind of dominating ladder right now.
Yeah, he is. I think he's kind of all the way in the middle of it. I think he's really, really good right now. Like you said with Gengar, he's just going nuts, and I think that's where he's gonna live. Corviknight is also doing pretty well, but is he A? I'm not fully sure. I think he's probably high B, but he seems better.
I think he's a high B. He seems. I don't know if he is. He always kind of has the problem of like he takes so long to get set up. Yeah, he's really hard to kill, but he doesn't do much like fast, right? He takes a little bit of time to do his thing.
I do think though Mirror Armor is really good right now, and the ability to hit Floette is valuable. So I think like he's good next to Excadrill. They're good for the same, well, not for the same reasons, but he's good because he is good to Floette, and so is Excadrill.
I mean, what's his name? Corv isn't that bad in the instant if it's body press too. Mirror Armor, like you said. So yeah, I think he's a solid B.
Yeah, because the thing about whenever he interacts with Incin, almost always you are going to get mirror armored. Not always, but a lot of the time. And I think that makes him just naturally, like, he kind of just has almost a resist berry into Incineroar. Which I think is really valuable because Incin is so good. And if he didn't have mirror armor, dude, he'd be garbage. But that alone just makes his matchups, like, just enough that Incineroar doesn't roll him over.
Nice, sick.
Okay, here we go. Poltergeist. Is this guy's in the game?
I don't know. What the fuck? Let me check.
I think that's a mistake, dude. I think they forgot to take that guy out.
He's not on the game.
Okay. I'm just gonna put him there then. Another question was, is Palmon in the game? I thought he wasn't.
I have not seen him anywhere, but I also think he's not in the game now.
Yeah, I don't think he's in the game. I don't think Hydrapple is either, but okay, that's fine.
No, Hydrapple is.
Oh yeah, I saw a shiny one of him. Hatterene is probably just C with the Trick Room friends. Like, it's
solid C for sure.
Not having the size spam sucks. Mr. Rhymes garbage. Runagrigus garbage. Okay, Dragapult. Dragapult's kind of weird because I thought he'd be better, but he really hasn't been shining, dude. I think he's like a mid B, dude. He hasn't been looking super hot.
I think he's B. You could get creative with him. Again, the meta's so fresh that, like, I think we could see some really cool sets. His speed tier is cool. Like, it's like a bunch of cool moves. So I'm happy with B. I don't think it's ever gonna be like on every team, you know.
Yeah, he's pretty weird. Cleavor, I think, is like a C. He joins his friend Samurott.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That makes me happy.
Okay, Basculegion. I think he's ass. I think he's so ass.
I think he's ass too. I think the Scarf set's so good.
He's so ass. The Scarf adaptability is like the set, and it's finally starting to pick up more and more. And I think it's just broken, dude. It's so hard to play against. I think it actually is part of the reason King Gambit's so valuable right now is because he can take this guy down. But this guy's
like King Gambit's one of the only things that really like threatens it straight up. Yeah, unless you have to run some weird unexpected shit like Scarf Rotom or like
You need priority tail
I
beam
don't
or
know.
something, dude. You need like
Yeah.
it's so difficult to try and stop him from just smacking your team. Like the worst part, I played one today on a Sun team, and it just flip turned over and over and over again, and it was so annoying because I was getting chipped down and just flip turned into instant over and over, dude. They were just parting shot flip turning
Yeah.
me. I literally wanted to run right away. I was like, stay strong, stay strong. Maybe we can win this. No, dude, he is so good on Sun with Mega Gengar, with Aerodactyl, with Mega Floette, with Mega fucking
Literally
Delphox. Yeah,
any mega, it's good. And Last Respects is just so stupid.
he's with the best one of the best Pokemon in the format. I think he's probably like actually about here in terms of like. I think
Okay, that's silly, but yeah.
okay.
I think he's just above T-Thar, yeah.
Yeah. He is very good though. You should consider using him. And this one
Yeah.
is probably I'm gonna give it a C.
Let's see.
But
Yeah.
Oh,
It's kind of annoying.
this guy.
We're back, baby. Another S tier Pokemon. That, I mean, I just put it like behind Charizard again.
Okay. Yeah, Sneasler's absurd. Sneasler's. I mean, the thing with Sneasler too is like it actually got one of his best items. Like that's one of the worst parts. Is like Sash Sneasler's like pretty solid, but White Herb is perfection. If White Herb wasn't in the game, I actually think this format would be better.
Yeah, I don't even know why, like, how they chose the items that they did, but Sash would be a lot more, like, easy to deal with. White
Yeah.
Herb is just perfect. Like, leading Incineroar is so bad in the Sneasler, and the speed boost, it's just silly stuff, but for that reason, it is S tier. It's just got phenomenal coverage, only into Incineroar, but just being able to deal with Floette is so good. And Dire Claw, even with the nerf, is still good move.
Yeah, and like I think because what makes Darkclaw so good too is like just the best physical poison move in the game, right? The effects are awesome, and it's cool when you get a really crazy effect. But just the base, like, was it 80 poison?
Yeah.
Is it stronger? Yeah, 80. It does perfect damage into a lot of the fairy type threats, and yeah, White Herb just so silly. Like it is really like so perfect. It's also like because items are so scarce that like picking your item is really important. And what's really nice is Sneasler doesn't hog one of the really good ones, right? Like it doesn't hog Sash, it doesn't hog Citrus Berry. So you're like, yeah, I'll just throw a White Herb on it. It's good, it's consistent, it helps against Incineroar, and it gives me Unburdened. Like it's just kind of a because White Herb is good, but it's not as splashable.
It was
so
made for Sneasler.
it's made for
Like, even if you
Sneasler,
don't
yeah.
get intimidated, you click CC.
Yeah, and now you're faster than their whole team. So it's just so good. Meowscarada is probably B.
I'd be.
I think it's Brown's Zoroark levels. It's annoying, dude. It hits really hard.
Yeah, being able to crit is cool, but even just having the coverage of Sucker Punch, or Knockoff, or whatever you want to
Triple
run
Axle.
is just, yeah, Triple Axle is very nice for Meowscarada. Phenomenal speed tier, but it is just so frail. So I think it's not at the same tier as the Pokemon above it, but I think it could be the perfect fit on certain teams.
Skeletor, Quick Wobble, Mouse.
I mean, those guys are probably C. I think Mouse is A tier.
I think Mouse is really good. I think they're sleeping on Mouse a little bit.
Yeah, I think it's probably second best redirection. Maybe it's better than we even think. But Frengard's so good, and just paired with things like Floette or even Gengar, Charizard, is just. I think more people need to be running it genuinely.
I think so. I think it's so splashable. Like you said, and I think most people are like
Superfang's phenomenal.
they were so used to like Population Bomb, but Super Fang, like you said, is phenomenal, dude. It feels so good. His speed is so speedy as well that like he can Super Fang before almost any of these Pokemon too, right? Like it's so
Yeah.
easy to set up some Super Fangs going. He also, like you mentioned earlier, he gets Taunt, which is very valuable in this format to shut things down, to shut down Floette setup. Just about anything, parting shots as well. I think Taunt is really good.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they can't run U-turn. Garg.
Dude, it's like low C. Like, I just don't think it's very good right now.
They nerfed him too. I don't think he's ever gonna be good right now. Like ever. I don't
It
think
makes
we're.
me so sad.
I think they gutted him. I think
He's my guy.
Armourouge. He's the Trick Room guy. He kind of fits there, I guess.
I think he's better than I expected, but it's still not very good.
Flashfire is neat, but again, weak to Garchomp. This guy's pretty garbage, right?
I think he's worse. Yeah, I think he might even be D, dude.
I think I'm gonna say he's D, man. He kind of was a Terra like user to make him even slightly good. So I don't know. Oh, dude, I don't think that guy's in the game. If he is,
I think he is. And I think he's actually my fucking demon. I hate that guy. I've never been able to beat him. Like, I'm a good player, all right? Like I love this game. I think I'm pretty good. Belly Bolt, something happens and I get scared. Like it's a trauma response when I see Belly Bolt.
He also just starts to heal like crazy too. Like that's the thing is like once he gets going, man, those electromorphoses or whatever his ability is.
No, you
Um,
got that, yeah.
is he in the game? Did you check?
Yeah, he is, he is.
Oh, cool. I think he's just D though, right?
I mean, yeah, probably.
Scovillain is kind of interesting.
It's interesting because there's like so much discussion around it, and it's still absolute dog shit in my opinion. But I think you can give it a C, just because like maybe there's something we don't know about it.
Maybe. It just seems like to use your Mega as a support feels bad, but people are talking about they're hyping this stupid fucker up, so I don't know. A Spothra, I think it's bad, but like, well, I think it's C. I actually really think a Spothra's always like kind of decent. Speed boost is solid. Its signature move, Lumina Crash, is basically fake tears, but that deals damage. So I think it's always C. Like legitimately, almost always. Like it's kind of usable every single format.
I think there's no reason not to put it in there. There's like a handful of Pokemon where you're like, eh, it's really not like a Beedrill level Pokemon. Like I think even like
Think.
Quaquaval is maybe C. I don't know.
I don't know what that. I think Tink's also like it's kind of the same thing. It has a lot of cool moves, but like it's a fairy steel type. It has fake out. That alone should be like, oh dude, like what's wrong with it? But it just does. It's just kind of
Mawile, dude. It's Mawile.
it's kind of bad. So whatever. Palafin, this guy's good. This guy's very good. I think
Think
high
he's
B.
B. I'm not sure. I want to give him more time. I think he could be like almost an A tier
I
Pokemon. I
think he
think,
probably is, but I think that right now I want to leave him in B.
yeah, not being weak to King Gambit's really nice. That's an edge it has over Bask for sure. Also,
Mm-hmm.
Jet Punch just being so strong. There's no Rillaboom.
Mm-hmm.
Palafin has a lot of things going for it. Obviously, it takes a little bit to set up.
Yeah, I think the payment alone, like the switching, is a little bit harder too. But like you do have Incin, the best switch in the game. I think he's
Yeah.
probably chilling at B, and then Earthworm. Earthworm's actually good right now. He's like this is the best. I think this is the most mainstream the worm has been in a long time. But I think he's probably chilling around here. He's like
Yeah,
a
he's
high.
still a B tier Pokemon.
Mm,
I don't think he's absolutely broken. I mean, there's things like Charizard in the game, and there's honestly not a lot of really like oppressive partners to give the Shed Tail to.
yeah,
In my opinion, like it isn't like impossible to break the sub. It's not the end of the world. So I think for that reason it's B, but it's really cool and I'm excited to see where the Worm teams go in the format.
I agree. I think also Garchomp being as good as it is really great for Earthworm. He walls it. He
Yeah.
also is enabled by it, like
Benefits.
your own Garchomp. So yeah, I think he's B. I don't think he can really go into A, but maybe. Like you said, I think his biggest issue is like he's really good, but passing his substitute sucks, and that's like his favorite thing to do.
Yeah, it's
Gl-
Spadef's that's so poop too.
Glamora.
Glimmy is a solid B, maybe A. I'm curious about its Mega, honestly.
I am
But
too.
I
I
feel like
really
it's
want to
kind of
test it.
hard to make it work because of Chomp being everywhere. It's a Pokemon that has a lot of potential.
Yeah, and also I do think you can run other items besides the Megastone as well. Like Sash seems pretty solid. No power up or anything, but I think Glamora is like a solid B. I think it's probably like the Palafin level where like these two are both like could be A and are very good. I don't even want to put them at the top of B yet because this is for these guys. These guys are hard stuck B. These guys could elevate, so we're gonna put them a little back.
Yeah, because still a volatile. We don't know their
Yeah,
future
we
yet.
don't know. They might be stuck here. They might be hard stuck B too, but I think Palafin could be A and Glamora. Farigiraf. This is the weakest it's been, but I still think it's pretty solid. It is the backbone of Trick Room teams. I think it's probably Earthworm level though.
I think it's probably a little better, but I don't know. It's another Pokemon that I think could go into A, but right for
Okay,
now, I'm happy with B.
we'll put it with the
Because
boys.
Incineroar and even Kingambit are so good, it's
Mhm.
even T-Tar as well. Like it's a little bit hard for it, and there's no Terra or anything, so I'm happy with B.
I'm happy with B. He's with the boys. He's with the promotion fellows.
Yes,
Speaking of King Gambit, he's here.
easy A.
Easy A, I think like he's kind of near the top, no?
Yeah, I'd put him at number one, dude. He's so good.
Yeah,
He's
he's so
almost an
good.
S tier Pokemon, genuinely.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he's really close. He could graduate into there easily.
Yeah, it's just like I honestly think T-Tar is probably A as well. I don't know if it's S. I think he's right next to King Gambit. I think they're brothers. They're the Fighting Week brothers.
I'm down. I think, yeah, King Gambit, like, the cool thing about KG in this format is he's not like some like, you can run Swords Dance. That set is good, but a lot of the best sets that we're seeing, or the popular sets, are like Chopeberry, like just resist berries, right? You're just saying, hey, I'm gonna live Sneezer's Coast Combat, and I'm just gonna be awesome. I'm gonna just hit you with really strong dark moves, steal moves into Floette, sometimes maybe a little low kick action, and I am chilling, and that's what I'm good at. And I think he's just like he just functions kind of like a normal steel type, which is pretty rare for him. Usually he's just about like hitting Exodia levels of murder with his stupid ability, but he's just a really solid, good switch. He can get boosted by Intimidate. It can make your opponent play funky. He's just good. He's very good.
Yeah, he gives you a lot of options, like a potential pins.
Yeah, and Sucker Punch is a very, very strong move when no one can Terra or Mega, or they can Mega, but if they can't Max or Terra or any bullshit, so works out.
Yeah.
Sinny, dude, I think this is S. I think she's so S. It's like the best.
I think she's
card.
S, but could go down to A. Its ability is just so good. It's the best redirection in the format right now. The grass coverage is nice against a lot of teams too, just because like of things like Rotom Wash, but really just being such a good redirector and having like healing built into its function makes it the best partner for like half of these Pokemon.
It has a surprising amount of like depth in its move pool as well. You can run Strength Sap, you can run Life Dew, you can run Trick Room, you can run Protect. It's
Shadow Ball.
Shadow Ball, like it has a lot going for it. It also does well into Sneasler. Decently into Chomp as well. It can take an instant hit. It's a good user of the items in the game like Citrus Berry. It's just in the best spot it's ever been. I honestly, when we were playing that Champs Ladder before the game actually came out, I kind of was hoping it wasn't in here because it was feeling way too strong and way too annoying.
On every team, yeah.
And I was like, dude, there's no way it's gonna be on every team because we're just playing the fake ladder. It's not real. But it turns out it is just one of the best Pokemon, and it is on every team, and it does well on every team. It's just a great Pokemon.
I don't blame them. I like the healing too.
Yeah, Argaludon. He got just absolutely gutted by the nerfs. But I do think he's still pretty solid. I think he's probably chilling around Politoed, Earthworm.
Yeah, I think he's a B tier. I mean, I feel like you have Politoed pretty high, genuinely. I think Archaludon is about as good, yeah. Like, it still functions. You can run Leftovers, but you can also still run the Sturdy set. On Rain, you still have access to Electroshot. Just losing Power Herb and Body Press really sucks. But it's still a very scary Pokemon.
He relies a lot more on Rain than before. But I do think I think initially people wrote him off really hardcore, but I do think he is still very solid, and I think we could see him do, like, I think he could win a regional. I think he could do really well in tournament, but we just haven't. I think he just needs some time. We don't really need to talk about Hydrample. I think he's this, but whatever. And these guys are.
Yeah, and the other two aren't in the decks.
I don't know why they're there, but yeah, this is our tier list. Let me know what you guys think down below. Do you think we're just too far gone and this list is garbage, or do you think it's sauced, completely sauced? I think it's completely sauced, obviously. We don't even.
Man, tell us if you have a Pokemon that you think should be higher, if there's a secret Pokemon that we are not considering, a set even that we haven't really discovered. Let us know in the comments below. But I think this is a great starting point if you are just getting into Champions. Definitely recommend any of the Pokemon in S or A, and the B tier can fill out the niche of the team, just like the finishing touches of the team, or like a specific role it needs. But usually you want to be using these S and A tier Pokemon.
Yeah, and I think tier lists are always very subjective, and I think I hope you get something from watching this video, and I think just talking about the mons and how they function in the meta is valuable as well, just to kind of understand them a bit more. But thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Peace.